Okay, today we're going to talk about dividing polynomial. But before we do it, I want us to think about actually what it means when we multiply using the array model. When we do that, we are saying that we have two factor x plus 1, which is, again, my length and my width. X is my length. X plus 1 is my length. X plus 2 is my width. When I multiply them, I get the four boxes. So we have x squared, 2x, 1x, and 2. To get the area within, I got to combine like term. So I end up with x squared, 2 plus 1 is 3x. 2x plus 1x is 3x plus 2. And that would be my answer, my area for when I multiply x plus 1 times x plus 2. Now, what I want to think about, what I want us to start looking at is now dividing. If I were to give you this polynomial, this trinomial, and ask you to divide it by one of these factors, I'm looking for the other factor. So, for example, if you take a look at part A, I'm giving you the x squared plus 3x plus 2. That is the dividend. I'm giving you the dividend, and I'm telling you, hey, one of the factor is x plus 1. I want you to divide that to figure out the other factor. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to use the same idea, the box, the array model, right? So we have, first, I'm going to write down my dividend, what I started with, x squared plus 3x plus 2. We're going to refer back to that every single step. Now let's draw the box. I know that x squared plus 3x plus 2 is going to be somewhere in here. That's the answer that I'm going to get when I combine after I combine like term. I also know that the dividing by x plus 1, the x plus 1 is a factor. So I'm going to put that factor right outside, x plus 1. Now, I know from when we were multiplying, the first term of my area is always going to be in the first box. That means that x squared, this first term, is going to go in this first box. X squared. Now, the next thing I need to look at is that combining like term right here. I know that the diagonal is going to combine to my middle term. So here, I know that this diagonal is going to combine to my middle term, which is plus 3x. So I'm going to write equals to plus 3x. Now, how do I get there? I know that I'm trying to find the other factor, meaning I need to figure out x times what equals to x squared. And in this case, x times x equals to x squared. And because I know this is x, I now can figure out the area of this box down here. 1 times x is 1x. And I have 1x plus some other term will give me 3x. And that some other term is 2x. And when I figure that out, I can now go back to the multiplication. X times what equals to 2x. X times positive 2 equals to 2x. And because I know this length and I know this width, 2 times 1 is 2. So if I keep looking, I know that 2 plus some other term has to equal to the next term, 2. So 2 plus 0 equals to 2. Now, I have already found the last term right here. That means that this number is your remainder. In this case, there is no remainder. That means that these are perfectly factored. my other factor, my quotient, is x plus 2. So that's how I can figure out what is x squared plus 3x plus 2 divided by x plus 1. The answer, x plus 2.